Hi guys, thanks for joining me. Thanks for joining me everywhere. So this is going to be quite a quick broadcast. I've got lots of Blue Peter, here's one I made earlier, and the main kind of purpose for this broadcast is to test out this new software, which allows me to broadcast on the Facebook group, the Facebook page, and YouTube. Oh my God. The reason for that, obviously, is that I wanted to make the broadcast as accessible as possible. And, you know, it just maximises people's chances of being able to join in and interact with the fun. So we are, I hope, fingers crossed, coming live to you from YouTube, Facebook group, and the Facebook page. So hello across the interwebs. What we're going to do today is make, hang on, oh, she's over there. She's supposed to be over here. Point, there we go. A little felted hat. And it is such a quick and easy little technique to be able to do. It is, you're going to go wild with it. There's so many different directions that you can take this, and it will lead on to you making all kinds of crazy stuff for your creations and critters. But the first thing that we need to discuss is Christmas in July. No, it is going to be Christmas in July. Although in this house it looks like Christmas in the middle of May. Christmas has indeed arrived at the Makery, and it is all over. So it is going to be a little bonkers here for the next 4 weeks, but we have some crazy stuff planned. It is going to be so much fun. The Christmas in July event boxes are now available on the website. So that is www.mumsmakery.co.uk. And you will be able to find the event box. I think it's pretty much one of the first things that comes up. So we've got a lot of stuff planned, and we are working out the logistics of how it's all going to work with things like Flingo across like 3 different platforms and stuff. So basically I'm driving the pixies bonkers. But you're not here for all that waffle. You're here for a hat. So I'm going to go to the close-up camera. I'm going to talk you through what we're going to do to make this little felted hat. Okay, so what we've got, I've gone ahead and made a circle, and this is the sunflower circle template. And I've got, which is, let's see, the sunflower is about an 80mm diameter, and in that I've put, as near as damn it, 2 grams of wool. And this is felted. Hang on, let me focus my camera a minute. There we go, that's a bit better. You got a close-up shot of my hand there. This is the sugar plum colour that we have in the shop, and I have felted this really quite firmly. So you're going to want to pay attention to your edges. The circle, I think, is probably the easiest shape to start with. So what you're going to need, and what I have, let's move that out of the way a minute, is I've got a Diet Coke bottle and I've got a lackey band. And as you've probably guessed it, this is going to go over that, and then we're going to secure it in place with this. But there's a couple of things that we need to do to make sure that this will work as a little hat. And in the true style of not thinking this through before I put it up on YouTube, before I put it up on the poll for you guys to vote on, this is going to require ironing. So yeah, this is going to be interesting. I have no idea what's going on. My iron is hotting up at the moment, and let's see, I have it turned right up onto a linen setting, and I also have it on absolutely full steam. Oh, it's heavy. My lovely assistant in the background is going to pass me my ironing board. And I will adjust the little camera that will give you a better idea of what's about to happen with this. So let me just move that up for you guys. Pixie Bee is with me again, so do feel free to ask any questions that you've got in the chat. All right, there's my little circle. So when you iron wool, obviously this is our wool, so I don't know about other wools. I don't know how that reacts, but I have full heat and full steam. Some people have used hair straighteners to iron and to flatten out petals and stuff. You will find what works for you. The one thing I will say is make sure that it is wool. Some blends, like the Frost that we did in the May event box, the little sort of sample of Frost, has other fibres in it. So don't iron that without a topper. You may just want to use something anyway. I don't. I just plump first straight with my iron. But as I only iron petals, I don't iron anything else. The way that I'm going to iron it is, as you might be able to hear, it's on full steam, chuffing away. And I'm going to put a lot of pressure on this. And normally I say just press and give a little jiggle, but I'm actually going to really press and really rub all over because I want a little bit of distortion. I want to stretch those fibres out as much as possible, and the whole idea is to get this a bit wet, really. So you can wet felt. You obviously could wet felt this, and if you're doing it slightly bigger, then you can do that. But you can see the difference now. This really is a nice thin piece of felt. And I don't know how I'm going to manage this with the camera. Hold on, let me pass that back there. So this is, in fact, I'm going to get my flat mat. There we go. You want to make sure that it really is nice and hot and nice and almost a bit wet, really. And then start stretching it, really stretching it over your form. This is not wet enough, not by any stretch of the imagination. You might want a little squirty water bottle, but there, can you see? It's a bit dark, but there we go. And the circle, I find, makes that lovely fluted sort of rim on the hat. That, it's so quick, is it. That's it. That's how I make that little hat. Let me grab my little dolly. And with this one, what you do is, when this is nice and wet, and just leave it to dry and try not to be impatient. Obviously mine's a little bit off there, but you want to find a form that is about the size of the head that you've got on your creature or your critter or whatever. This was done over a little template that I've got, which I think might have been the Christmas rose circle, or no, it wasn't the Christmas daisy circle, maybe, I can't remember, but it was just a tiny little one. And then obviously you can just decorate it however you like. This has got a little bit of ribbon on. This has got a pin which I've used to just, it sounds awful, but I've plunged it into her head to hold the hat in place. Yeah, it's whatever works, isn't it? And you can obviously decorate your hat with ribbons, beads, oh goodness, all kinds of things. You can also sort of hand blend up your wall so that it's got a texture to it. Personally, I don't find making a pattern on the hat is particularly a good idea, because when you start stretching it, at least something that's not sort of straight lines that you need to maintain. Like I said before, this one wasn't as wet as it needed to be. You really do need to get this a bit wet, and that will help your fibres sort of stretch over this form. So let's bring this back in a minute. Let me take this off of her. So all I did with this one, I'm taking it all apart now, but I had a little band. Let me point my camera back down. Ready? There you go. So I had a little band of ribbon that I made, and then you can sort of glue these on. This one, as you can see, has dried completely. I was really good, not really, but if you can spray it, I would spray it with water and really sort of help ease and stretch those fibres, and you can get that really nice shape. Obviously the form that you use will depend on what shape you get at the end of it as well. You know, you could use something like the handle of something, bottle tops, jam jars, there's all kinds of things. So when you think of something, think about, you know, what you could use it for as a form. And then you basically need something to hold it into place. That is about the size of it. This was a little ribbon bow that I had, so I stuck that on there as well. So that's all the parts for the little dolly hat that I made. So I'm just going to come back over. Told you it was going to be quick. But I am going to show you the other one in just a minute. But first, I have... hi, Kathy from Texas. She gets up so early. What time is it there? It must be like really AM. My time zone keeping is about as good as my math. Right. Yeah, so oh, my face. I wanted to show you guys this. This popped up a week or two ago, I think it was. And somebody on the Facebook group went, I just watched your coaster tutorial. Tell you what, nothing gets past some of you. It really doesn't. This was on one of the coasters that got shown, and it was supposed to be kept for Halloween. It's going to be a black cat, but because somebody went, oh, and I was like, damn. We're going to release it early, so I haven't got a name for it yet. I think we're calling it Sitting Pretty Kitty or something, which is a bit of a mouthful, but there, which makes a great little a little make, and does fit on a coaster. That was the plan anyway. And I'm going off on tangents now. The bookmark, you could do sort of a bookmark and just have like half of the kitty poking onto the bookmark, and yeah, so new template, and that should be coming out. I want to say near the end of next week. That's June, isn't it? Yes. So, but in the last broadcast, we did the little faux wicker basket. Faith, the Sitting Pretty Kitty template will be out, I'm hoping, the end of next week. So she says, looking at her calendar real quick, around the 4th or 5th of June, providing nothing goes wrong. Am I going to do a wee dog template? I can neither confirm or deny. Maybe. But in the last broadcast, we did a faux, in the last hangout broadcast, as you said, we did a little faux wicker basket for my witch. And some of you did talk about her hat. There she is. Hatless. But this hat, I'm going to go back to the close-up cam because it'll be easier for me to show you. Let me move this out of the way. So the way that I made this hat, this is a felted, I just wet felted a bunch of wool into a sheet. And then I went, oh, it's really nice. I like that colour. I have no idea how to do this. But what I did was I got some kitchen foil and I made this shape. So I just balled up some kitchen foil and then added layers and scrumpled it and hit it and smacked it and whacked it with a spoon and all kinds of stuff until it was this sort of weird pointy hat shape. And then I put, if you can see, look, there's lots of like folds and stuff in it. And I put the sheet of felt, and I'm not a wet felter, but I had a good old college try with it. And I put the sheet over the foil form and then folded it and scrumpled it and pinned it with just plain old dressmaking pins with the bobbles on the end, and pinned it all in place. And then once it was all dry, I've actually glued it in a few places as well just to hold it. And voila, a hat. And then, you know, you just, this is a little leather strap, and then I wound some cord around it. I've got a button and a feather, and that's my witch's hat. So that's how I did that. So this was proper wet felted as opposed to sort of, I don't know, halfway steam felted. I don't know what, there's no terminology for it. We just make it up as we go along. So that's how I made the witch's hat. Maybe I will do some wet felting at some point, but as I have enough problem with glue entering water into the mix, probably wouldn't be a good idea for me. So that is it. It is the quickest. I think this must be the quickest I've ever done anything. I do have to say a couple of quick things before I do head off. I hate this pointing thing. Oh, no, there. Poppies. Thank you very much, Annette Roberts-Boyle, for my poppies. I absolutely love them. Thank you so much. I did ogle and coo over them on the internet, and they turned up. I was just so gobsmacked. Thank you so much. And where's it gone? Oh, there's the witch. I might make some more accessories for her, and sort of maybe do broadcasts, but we're going to be doing another broadcast, and this one's going to be on an evening, and because I thought it would be nice to maybe do one during the week, and we're sort of thinking maybe Thursday evenings. So felt with me Thursdays or something, I don't know. And you ready? Da, 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 da. We're going to be making this little colour lily brooch. So at some point over the first couple of days of next week, I will get something up for this. And this was a very close runner-up in the voting. So that's what we're going to be making next. I don't know if it's this Thursday or it's going to be next Thursday. I think the idea is that we're going to alternate, but I'm going to make a little colour lily brooch, and these are so quick to make. I'll get supplies lists and what you need and everything. We'll get that all up on the website. So that'll be under projects. No, it won't be under projects. It'll be under shows and events. That's where all the broadcast stuff is. Which brings me nicely back to the website, which is www.mumsmakery.co.uk. And there's a whole section there called projects, infos and downloads. And if you click that, it opens up a whole other plethora of things. PDF downloads, there's a tutorial list, there's the make it with list, which are tutorials that you can make with your existing template set. So there's a whole raft of things. There's also some time-lapse tutorials where I make some creatures and stuff like that. So that's all pretty much under the projects, infos and downloads. So do check that out. If you haven't already, then please do, where's my button? There it is. Mum's Makery on YouTube. Please do head over. I know some of you are there now. So hi to YouTube for my first live broadcast on YouTube and my Facebook page. Hi guys. Hi Zia. Great to have you all with us today. And thank you so much for spending your time with me this morning. It is always an absolute pleasure to talk to you, even though I am actually only looking at googly eyes. My camera has googly eyes. And oh, Pixie Bit, I don't know if you can, sometimes you can hear her on my microphone, and she's usually laughing at me, but she's just said, give them a sneak peek of Christmas in July. If I've got to suffer Christmas in July in the middle of May, then your guys are going to do it with me. But I'm looking over there because that's where the camera monitor is. I'm like, is it on camera yet? This is the mistletoe project, and the mistletoe is a quick kit, and it will be coming back in July. All of the Christmas stuff will be coming back in July. It will be all of the Christmas projects that we have currently will come out on the 1st. But there will be some new ones which will be coming out on the 4th of July for the Christmas in July event. I hope that made sense. But this is a project that we launched last year, which was the mistletoe. It's a quick kit. The tutorial for it is on the YouTube channel already. You can see it. And the quick kit, you make a couple of these sprigs and you get a couple of the beads, and it makes just a tiny little sprig of mistletoe, but you can obviously scale it up. So mistletoe done, colour lily brooch coming next week, sitting pretty kitty hat. Where's my, I've lost my bottle now with the hat on. But so that is basically, oh, your little, I've dropped it. I'm not going to pick it up. That was the needle felted hat. Thank you so much, all of you, for spending your time with me today. I hope it is as gorgeous a weather where you are as it is here. And I'm going to go and enjoy some of that weather and maybe take a walk down by the river. So once again, thank you all very, very much. And I wish you all a very crafty day.